Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work. Let's get open for business and let's wake up the football gods. Whoop, wrong remote. Wrong remote. Wake up, guys. It is Saturday morning. We don't have football this weekend, and here's something new. I don't know if you guys knew this. There's other games that are going to happen this weekend. I know. I was surprised too because I thought it was just the Dallas Cowboys, that they were the only team in the NFL. Because if you watch all the shows out there, it's only the Cowboys that they talk about in the regular, on a regular basis. I don't hear about the Tampa Bays too much. I don't hear about the Cleveland Doo-Doo Browns much. Oh, the Atlanta Falcons? I thought the Atlanta Falcons were no longer a football team because they never talk about that team. But I woke up this morning thankful, like I am every morning that I woke up in the morning. When you get to be my age, when you wake up in the morning, you're happy because you're still here. You're not 6 feet under taking that dirt nap, pushing up daisies, if you know what I mean. And I go through like I always do, checking all the news and everything else, making sure nothing happens because you can't sleep on the Dallas Cowboys because things happen sometimes late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning. So you want to be up to speed that all that is America's team. And it made me realize when I saw this email to count my blessings. It sucks that we have not won a Super Bowl since the 90s, since we won 3 in 4 years. It sucks. But sometimes you have to count your blessings. Because we could be the Cleveland Browns, who they talked about, was a Super Bowl contender, that team got all kinds of hype and everything else out there, that we finally got a franchise quarterback, in Baker Mayfield, the touchdown maker, who turns out to be Faker Mayfield. They got, guys like Odell Beckham, best receiver in football and everything else. We got those guys, we got Myles Garrett and everything else. We're going to be a beast. And yet, they're in the same rut. You could be a team like Miami, although they got 3 picks that'll probably be in the top 20 next year. Will they do anything with them is the bigger question. That's just straight garbage. Or you could be one of these teams, these loser teams like Atlanta, that's fire selling. That's 1-7, or soon to be 1-7. And it's funny, it's so funny how people will tell me, you're an idiot, you don't know anything about football. But do you know what's kind of amazing lately that's been happening? Is people have been coming around and say, you know what, you called that. Mark, you were right about that. Mark, I can't believe it, but I didn't believe it at the time, but you were spot on about things. And it's funny because I got so many people that hate me out there, and I get it, that your frustration now that you can't talk about your Atlanta Falcons team being such a great built, run franchise and everything else, that you can't come at me and tell me how much my team sucks when your team is 1-6 and soon to be 1-7. So now you go to personal attacks, that I'm a greedy bastard, that I'm doing things that nobody else is doing on YouTube, that, I'm making too many videos. It sounds like that person has some real issues. Because if you didn't like what I do, you would just turn it off. But I think you're obsessed. And it's okay, because you certainly don't have football to watch, because your team, well, let's face it, the Atlanta Falcons stink. They got to do a complete rebuild. They definitely will need a new coach, as well as new players. And they've been mismanaged since they are going to be projected right now to be a couple $1 million over the cap next year. Whereas my Dallas Cowboys, where we need to count our blessings, have young stars, have 3 players that are in the top 3 offensive categories. Our quarterback, that's right, number 3. Our running back, number 5. Our wide receiver, 3rd. Young talent that should be good for several more years. Almost all of them are under contract, but they will be at some time soon. With money and the wherewithal to improve the team by bringing in other players like Robert Quinn. And now we'll see how it works out with Michael Bennett. But one person who's definitely happy, definitely happy about the situation is DeMarcus Lawrence.
Join a pass rush in Big D that includes Robert Quinn and this man. Take DeMarcus Lawrence.
Trying to run away, he can't. He could not get away from the defender. It was DeMarcus Lawrence.
Wow! And he's hit, and the football is loose, and it's recovered by the Cowboys. Big time hit.
Oh my gosh. Is that beautiful?
It is beautiful.
All right, join us right now at the breakfast table is a player who has made back-to-back Pro Bowls. He's amassed over 25 sacks in the past 2 seasons, helping anchor one of the best defenses in the NFL. Fresh off of a huge division win on Sunday Night Football.
Is Nate Burleson? I swear, I think Nate Burleson loves some Dallas Cowboys. You know that. You know it, right? Because he was one of the few people out there that was talking about my quarterback and defending him before the season started, besides me, of course.
Please welcome Cowboys defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence.
What's up, gang? How y'all doing?
What's up, baby?
Good, brother.
How you doing, man? Hey, listen, man, we'll get to you in a bit, but I want to talk about this big deal that your team just made. Y'all picked up Michael Bennett. He's a absolute monster, a Super Bowl champ. He's going to help this defense, help this squad. What'd you make about that move?
Oh, man, I think it was an excellent move. I wish the team would have told me that it was making this move while I was on the plane. So I got the news late last night, but just to have that type of energy, that type of player come to the team is tremendous. So ready for him.
I'm glad that you're welcoming him with open arms. I'm going to talk about another relationship that you have ongoing with a Philadelphia Eagle named Lane Johnson. You had some back and forth with him in the offseason on Twitter. During this most recent game, you beat him for a strip sack. Then you two seem to, hang out after the game a little bit. Can you describe your relationship with Lane Johnson?
Yeah, just to have a guy on your rival team to bring that competitive edge out of you is much respect to Lane, much respect to the Philadelphia Eagles. But, you need that sometimes because the season is long. It can get very rigorous. And,
Is it real? Is it real or is it like playful sort of banter?
I don't know. I don't think nothing on Twitter is real.
That's facts.
Yeah, I'll never look at nothing on Twitter real. I have to say it's playful, but between those lines, there ain't no playing.
Talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
DeMarcus, Nate just hyped you up, and you guys played the Eagles last week. Obviously, in the division, there's always a lot of hype.
Right.
There was a little hype between you and Dougie P, the head coach. Take us through that and how all that went down.
That's his name now, Dougie P. All right, yeah. I just heard from the media, about all the he was going to, come down here and beat us. You guaranteeing a win, and you can't guarantee nothing in the NFL. Everybody's good. Everybody's a pro, and you have to approach that every week, week in and week out, as that. So for him to, boost his team's ego or even to boost his own ego, I feel like that was false. So, sometimes when people are wrong, you have to, correct them and put them in their place. So
you guys showed that it was false.
Absolutely.
We're talking about coaches. Let's talk about one of yours real quick. Rod Marinelli, your defensive coordinator. He's also your D-line coach. Give him some love and tell us what he's like.
Yeah, just his manly approach to the game and understanding that you need real men to play this game. That's going to be committed, that's going to be confident, and that can, really have that mindset of concentrating for 3 hours straight in order to win a game. Because, it's hard, being in the classroom as a young person, 30 minutes, and then you really not taught to concentrate for so long. So just to have him right by our side and to make sure that we're on these things each and every day is
keeping it fresh.
Good for us.
Hey, we're on the NFL Network. Obviously, there's other networks. We talk about a lot of pass rushers. We talk about the Bosa brothers. We talk about J.J. Watt. We talk about Fletcher Cox and Aaron Donald. Your name doesn't come up that much.
I'm in Amsterdam, which is without a doubt the cannabis capital of the world.
Oops.
Do you feel you're underrated and
Maybe I need to
disrespected
get
by
that
the media as
YouTube
far as
red.
best pass rushers in all of football?
Well, that's their opinion. I don't live off other people's opinions. I live off, my agenda. So
There you go.
just let them feel how they want to feel, but they're going to remember my name.
They're going to remember your name. Listen, you're making your mark, and I can tell that you dress fresh, but you got a little jewelry on that I want to talk about. Now, you got that Snickers chain on that's given to a player, the hungriest player for each week, right? And that was made by the legendary jeweler Ben Baller.
Right.
So how does it feel to wear that around your neck and kind of show the people real quick, at the camera, you know what I'm saying? There it is right here. Here you go, camera right here. That's real right there, right?
All real diamonds.
So that's given to somebody every week.
Oh, okay.
It's given to somebody every
That's
week.
how I feel. It's given to a new player every week for being the hungriest player of the week. So I feel like, they blessed me with the chain. I guess they seen the hunger in my eyes during the game. So, but, every week is given out. And if you want to just stay up to date with it, you can just look at Snickers on social.
Nice.
Or if you want to see me rocking it some more,
Hey!
I feel like you're not going to give that thing back.
No, I don't think so.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Snickers are the perfect Halloween treat candy. It's awesome that you're on a bye week. You have plenty of time to plan your costume. I understand, rumor has it, you're throwing a bit of a party for Halloween. So can you talk me through the costume situation, what that all entails?
Yes,
do you got?
costume. I think we're going with Beauty and the Beast.
Love it.
Since we're hosting, we have to, be prince and princess.
Right.
But at the end of the night,
Here's a costume change.
it's a costume change.
After hours, what do we got?
Yeah, I think we're going with Coming to America.
Hey! I like that right there.
Prince of Zamunda?
Prince
It is you.
So you're a big Halloween guy.
Yes, huge Halloween guy. Just to see the joy on kids' face, they get to dress up, be their favorite superhero or etc. It's nice to see pass out candy, get in the spirit. So it's pretty cool.
I'm looking at this chain and I see, it's obviously shimmering. The Dallas Cowboys have not won a Super Bowl since 1995. What would it mean for you, DeMarcus Lawrence, and that Dallas Cowboys team that you're with right now to bring that
And
Lombardi
the
trophy back to
fans.
Jerry?
And the fans.
I mean the world. Just to take that pressure and stress off our shoulders. I had one person tell me the hardest thing in life to do is to raise a family and to win a championship. To be able to, showcase that all in, this little bit of time, it'll be amazing.
All right, now, you got paid?
Yes, sir.
Jalen Smith got paid? Zeke got paid? Dak Prescott, in my opinion, is one of the best quarterbacks in the business. Why hasn't he got paid yet?
We make jokes around the locker room that I don't took all the money.
To build a business,
Oh,
it takes
damn.
the dreamers,
I really got to get YouTube red here.
to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, you did, fam. You was the first one.
Absolutely.
You're like, it's March, I'll take your money.
That's
Dak's
amazing.
hungry right now. He needs stickers.
Yeah, for sure. We gonna let him, keep playing hungry. I feel like, Dak has come along and, has been tremendous for our football team over the last couple of years. And I feel like when his time comes, he's gonna get paid.
Does he deserve to make $35+ million a year?
Don't every quarterback make $35+ million a year?
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
We're just talking about championship. Can Dak do that? Can he bring that championship home?
Well, one thing y'all missing the point on is offenses just don't win championships.
Talk about it.
Okay.
Defense wins championships. Depending on how we approach the game and give Dak more opportunities to score touchdowns or to make those plays, yeah, we're gonna win. But it's all about the defense applying the pressure and getting the ball back to his offense.
Well said.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us, man. Enjoy your time.
Man, what would it mean to get a Super Bowl back in Dallas? Man, it would be an amazing thing. God, we're not going to talk about that right now. Right now, we're going to take care of the bye week, and until Tuesday, the Dallas Cowboys have an opportunity to try and make some trades for some guys that they feel that might help them get to that get a chance for that Super Bowl. But here's the thing. Let me go back to my original premise. When we have people out there that are just mad as hell because their team stinks to high heaven, that they got no chance at all of making a Super Bowl this year, that they are basically in the off season already, And you know which teams we're talking about. There's no point in going over and throwing shade at those guys. I feel sorry for those people. But for those Cowboy fans out there that are just bitter because we lost 3 games and, that we haven't won in so long, understand you need to count your blessings. Right now, the Cowboys lead their division. Right now, you have your team that's leading in different categories. The team is exciting. Lord knows every week you're on the edge of your seat watching games because they go down to the wire sometimes. And although we haven't won that Super Bowl in a long time, hey, you've been entertained. And things could be so much worse. And that's the way I live my day every day. That I count my blessing. That maybe I don't have everything that I want and desire, or I don't have a fancy car, or, go to the fancy restaurants and things like that. But you know what? There's millions of people that wish they were where I am. Doesn't mean that I'm satisfied. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to work harder to achieve more. But you have to take time and count your blessings. And that's what I'm going to do today and every day. And right now, well, I'm going to go count my blessings that I got a job to go to, even though it's on a Saturday. Because you got to do what you got to do to make it. And I'm happy that I can do something to keep trying to make it. I'm going to go and post the little video, or the beginning of the video that I had with Mike Fisher. Unfortunately, the video crashed. It died on me. The video feed with Skype. We'll get together with Mike Fisher. But do me a favor. Mike Fisher is on YouTube as well. Mike Fisher's on Sports Illustrated. He's a Cowboy insider and things. And, more times than not, Mike Fisher is right more than most people. And that's a hard thing to do in football, because if you can guess 50% of the games right week to week and gamble, you're going to get paid. But somehow Vegas is still in business. So that should tell you something right there. But subscribe to his YouTube channel. We're going to do we're going to get together with his channel and get him back on here. I'm going to make sure everything is up to date and everything else. We had a crash with Skype, and I had a bit of a crash myself last night with the with the studio software, but it's all good because hey, things happen and you just roll with the punches. I'm Mark Holmes, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you soon.